Hey Zanies, not exactly the way I wanted to start this video, but I do have to give a bit of a disclosure. For whatever reason, I ended up deleting or misplacing the footage of where the last video on my quest to $1 million ended off, which was somewhere in the vicinity of $555,000 if I remember correctly. Believe it or not, everything you're about to see is from that point forward minus one clip. So for all of you keeping tally out there, yes, that does mean that in this run alone, that means day 5. In day 5 alone, I made a ton of money. Anyway, I just wanted to make that really clear. I know there's people out there really enjoying this series, and I didn't want you guys to think I went to the ATM or I ended up spending Robux on in-game currency or anything like that. I promise you guys, I just lost the footage. Hope you still enjoy the video. Not gonna let that rough start foil the sequence of events that we know we should be following, so hitting this house first, as always. Here we go, coming up on that 5th pin. And that 6th pin is going to be an easy one. Please be a cash house. Please be a cash house. And we are a safe house. Oh my goodness. Okay, not a big deal. Focus, Zany, focus. And just like that, I got it with that nice little kicker. Nowhere near the maximum amount, but I'll take 5,500 for something that I'm not normally good at. Let's move on to the next robbery. Over to the jewelry store now, Zanies. Let's get it. And this is going to be case 1. As always, as we cool down on the cases, I'm going to make sure that the server is not blowing up beneath me. Case 3 now, Zanies, let's get it. And I'm not going to let the civilian get to me. I just looked at the player list. I know he's not a cop, but hopefully he doesn't try to kill me or anything like that. In either case, as soon as I'm done with this one, I'm going to take off and I'm going to go get in my car just in case he decides to take a turn on me. Nope, he's got his drill as well. Okay, good, bro. And here's the last case. I'm hoping that he's a fan and he doesn't try anything crazy, so that way I can finish my robberies at the jewelry store and be complete and at 100% so far. Cruising by the bank, and I could see that it's still being robbed, so I'm gonna bypass it. I'm gonna go to the ATM back here and see if I can get into this one. Coming around BF1, we're gonna get it at 43.58 with that kicker, 54.47. Let's move on. Back at the houses, pin 2, pin 3, pin 4. Wow, these pins are moving mighty fast for the normal difficulty. It's alright, it's gonna pay me back with that 5th pin, nice and slow. Please don't be yet another safe house. Great, it isn't. Cash is what I want. Since we just hit the ATM and the bank doesn't necessarily look ready, we're simply going to circle around and head back to the jewelry store. This is why it's important that you follow a very specific method, so that way you know when you're set to time out. Got that case for $15.92, and let me look at the player list real quick. Awesome, server is staying nice and slim, which is what I like to see. On to the 3rd case now, Zanies, let's get it. Alright, I see a vehicle out there, Zanies. Let's see here, I don't know who that is. It might be overly cautious on my part, Zanies, but honestly, you can never be too careful, especially when players are out here trying to kill you. Just be careful, be mindful, and did I just see my player get shot? Hopefully not. Not worried about this player coming in. I know for a fact he is a civilian. Just check the player list. Alright, Zany, so far we are 100% and with a little bit under 10 minutes. In fact, we are hitting the 10-minute mark in real life. We are close to that $30,000 mark. Despite that minor setback at the start of everything, we are off to a very, very good start. The bank yet again being hit. You know what, Zanies? I am not convinced this is not glitching yet again. So let me get my tools one more time, let me reset, and if I drive on by and the bank is still doing the exact same thing, I'm gonna go ahead and say that the bank has completely glitched on us. At the ATM right by the bank so I can scope it out as soon as I'm done. Let's get it. And there is a healthy 631. I like it. Cruising by the bank, and yes, something not normal is happening with the bank. If I wasn't in such a good rhythm right now, I would be very, very tempted to go find a different server. But the fact that the server is staying slim with players and the fact that I am at 100% on my robberies, I want to stay here and I want to keep going. We are back at it with another go, but look at these pins. I am clicking normal difficulty and look at how fast these are going. Unreal. There it is. Let's go. Something I don't normally do is park my car right in front, but you know what? We are gonna go at it, Zanies. I just looked at the player list yet again, and we are still looking very, very good in the server. Let's get this first case. Second case done, third case done, and that fourth case is done. Let's get out of here. ATM right by the jewelry store now, looking for E03. 4440, 5550 after that kicker. Let's go check out the bank one more time. Yes, and look at it, Zanies. At this point, it is very safe to say the bank has completely glitched out on us. Let me look at the Mafia list and see where they're at. Yeah, you guys see that? I am the only one in the server with the Mafia, with the exception of one other person, but this person clearly has not hit the bank once since they have nothing in profit, and I am currently at 54,300, what was it, 375? Yeah, 375, and we are at the actual 20-minute mark exactly. So 54,000, that is a very, very good start, Zanies. I am almost tempted to go into my cooldown period and try to find a server with a bank because that really would have propelled me forward, but we'll see. Deciding to stay in the server, Zanies. The getting is just too good in this one. I can't give it up, but this is a safe house, so we'll see how it goes. And I gotta be honest, after all these saves, I feel like I'm finally getting good at it, Zany. So here we are with an additional 8,200 in our pocket. Let's get it! And because I don't have the bank to help me properly cycle through the sequence of robberies I like to follow, what I'm doing is I'm hitting a house, I'm hitting the jewelry store, then the ATM, and then it starts all over with a house, jewelry store, ATM. Normally it would be house, ATM, bank, jewelry store, and then it starts all over again. But unfortunately, I don't have the bank, so I have to be a little bit more mindful of how I spend my time. And Zanies, I am going to cut this robbery short because as I looked at the player list, there is finally a police officer in the other team, and I don't want to risk it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the far side of the map, I'm going to hit an ATM, and then I'm officially going to leave this server. Ooh, I think that's my first top number of the day, isn't it? Ah, no, please don't get me. Yes, but I got it at 3550. Wow, way to jip me, ATM, thanks. As I keep saying, Zanies, the getting is too good in this server, so I am back at it, except this time, I have pulled my scanner out of storage just to kind of employ it as best as I possibly can as I'm committing these robberies. We are so close to hitting our mark, Zanies, and I don't think I want to risk leaving the server that I know is good just because of one police officer. Found my way to the far side ATM over by the police station, believe it or not, and my scanner was not picking up any police activity, so I'm gonna try to get this one. Let's get it. We got it, Zanies. Let's get out of here and go fix our vehicle. And it's official, Zanies, that one police officer has called a helicopter on me. I have to get away as long as I possibly can, a minimum of 5 minutes. This is a shame, but it's okay. We have netted a very healthy profit. If I can get away, I'll go into my cooldown as best as I possibly can, Zanies. All I can really do right now is continue moving, not slow down, not stop anywhere, and go from there. And as you guys can see, I am having to finish this particular set of robberies on the back end of the map because unfortunately that cop is a little persistent. I have wasted about maybe 5 minutes trying to shake them off, and I finally did because obviously they're still driving a Corvette. I am driving a Rampage. It is not the easiest to make it up here with a low profile car, so I am taking advantage of that, Zanies, but we are currently at 705, just a few more grand till we hit our target. Let's finish it off. And it looks like I have a fan here with me, you guys, and I think the police officer has finally left the server, which is interesting because it only took 2 set of robberies to get him off my back. And now we are down to 2 people in the server as I'm looking at the player list here again. But we're going to wait for this case to finish up and take a look at that player list. Yes, as suspected, it is only me, the fan, and one other person. We are going to finish up strong. Alright, Zany's a little bit of a fast forward here. Unfortunately, there's a fan following me around and he's drawing too much attention to the point where he's following me, a cop's following me, and I can't shake both of them, Zany, so I'm gonna get out of the server and wrap up in a different one. It's a little unlike me to hit one of these houses over here, you guys, but I really just want to wrap this up, and we are so close. To whoever that fan was, I am so sorry, man. I do not mean to avoid you, but when I'm doing business, I am doing business, and I just want to be done with it. It is unfortunate that cop was able to get me, but here we go. Hopefully wrapping this one up for you guys at 7:18. We are so close. Hitting this house one more time, and I think by now the loyal Zany subscribers will know exactly what I'm up to. And in case you haven't figured it out, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit this house, and then I'm simply gonna go into my cooldown period. And as I make my drive out, I am sitting at a little bit under 731. I am very happy with this, Zanies. This was a very good set of robberies. It did end up taking me almost a full 45 minutes, not including my cooldown period. So after I do the cooldown and everything, it'll be closer to 48 minutes admittedly, but it's okay. It's still a good run, and quite frankly, I would have been done a little bit faster if it wouldn't have been for those two cops that just kept on pestering me. With a little bit under 60 seconds remaining, I'm gonna go ahead and say this is a win, especially having a perfect view of the map. I can see if anyone is going to try to sneak up on me. So that's going to do it for this one, boys and girls. This goes to show you what can be done when you find a really good server and you commit to a system. At 7:31, 7:08, after my paycheck and group bonus, I am very happy with today's haul. Continue to check in to watch me finally reach $1 million. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, long live the Zanies.